When naming compounds, especially the easier organic compounds, we must follow a strict set of rules, of which I'll introduce you to the format here. Note that if we do follow the rules I'm talking about, you are using what we call a systematic name, which is in contrast to other trivial names which have no rules and are very random. Now, assuming that we follow the systematic name or sometimes the IUPAC name, because IUPAC is the International Union of Pure and Applied Chemists who made these rules in the first place, you must have a parent and substituent. So a parent is the part of that compound which we deem the most important, and the substituents are those below the parent or less important, which is why you have the prefix sub meaning under or below. So which are the substituents? Those include the principal or priority group, which is usually found at the end or at the suffix, and other substituents that, for whatever reason, our experts have decided to place at the prefix. But anyway, since the parent is the most important part, we must know that it simply is, in most cases, the longest chain of consecutive carbons. If your longest chain is just a single carbon, you use the prefix meth. If 2, eth, 3, prop, 4, bute, 5, pent, 6, hex, and so on. Assuming that you know the rest of the prefixes, like for example, hept for 7 or oct for 8. But you may notice for the first four examples, we have quite unconventional prefixes. And for now, I think it is best to just assume that it is for a good reason. So instead of the usual mono, di, tri, and tetra, we use the unique prefixes meth, eth, prop, and bup, which is kind of special to organic chemistry. For 5 onwards, it is also a little unusual because normally you would see A here as if you're naming polygons like pentagon, hexagon, and so on. But I will mention in a while why we omit the letter A and leave it like this. For now, let me go to the priority groups at the suffix, which, if you've watched my previous videos on functional groups, most of them belong at the suffix. In particular, I have underlined the real suffixes which we will practice along the way in other recordings, such as ol for alcohol, thiol for thiols, on for ketones, ic acid for carboxylic, al for aldehydes, and so on. You may see, though, that as I zoom at our hydrocarbons, the only one with the real pink underline is E. But in most cases, many books and references will tell you that, simply put, the suffix of these are in, and ein for single, double, and triple. And while that is traditionally true, I have noticed that we used to keep this at all times. That even if, for example, I need to replace the suffix with all, the only one we replace is e, leaving the an still there if it's an alkane. Or if, let's say, it's a ketone, I replace this with ONE, but still leaving EN to indicate the double bond. That's why one of the things I personally style in the traditional prefix parent suffix format is that I put something in between, which is BT or bond type, just to remind everyone that no matter what you do at the end, you must still have an, n, or ein. And for that reason, the A in AN automatically signifies you have an alkane, which is why we dropped the letter A earlier. To have A automatically assumes an alkane, but if it is an alkene, you're gonna have to adjust accordingly, or ein. But also, for the prefixes, we have special substituents including the alkyl R, which means any of the 3 hydrocarbon chains, halo, for the halogen of alkyl halides like bromo, chloro, fluoro, iodo. Alkoxy and alkyl thio are simply R groups or alkyl groups with an extra oxygen, as you find in ethers, or for thio, sulfur, as you find in thioethers. And lastly, when we do assemble the final format, we need to indicate locants which are numbers or sometimes letters that tell us the location or position of a bond type, a double bond, a triple bond, a priority group, or a prefixable functional group. And once you have these things in your name, then it's considered complete. But of course, that's all talk and that's all formatting. It's best to have this applied on real examples, which we will have in separate recordings.